going live. We are live on Facebook and on YouTube. Right now, we're supposed to have Ixchell with us, but it looks like she's got some technical difficulties, and we don't have her at the moment. Yeah, so there you go. But what we'll do, we're not going to let that stand in our way. We're going to continue on regardless. And what we're going to talk about, we might as well talk about Maya while she's not here. It's pretty rude to talk about someone behind their back, but hopefully she'll be able to get on pretty soon, and we'll be able to pick up the conversation. Anyway, if you don't know Maya, it's Maya Ixchell. She's from Western Australia, and she performs down southways. She's actually got a show on at the Nanup Music Festival in March. So she'll be playing down there. It's the first time that she's playing with a band, so that's going to be something to see. She's never performed with a band. She's put this band together specifically for the Nanup, for the Nanup Music Festival. Anyway, if you don't know Maya, we're going to quickly jump across to Spotify. On the other computer on Spotify, she's got a number of songs on Spotify. You can find Maya on Spotify. Maya Ixchell, which is Ixchell. I think I've got it spelt wrong on the tag down the bottom. I have. Whoops, never mind. But anyway, as we go along, Maya has a number of songs on Spotify. You may know some of these songs, you may not. We have these songs on PopRock Radio. A song called "Hurt Me," "What Happened to Us," and "Forever Ends Here." Pretty impressive with the amounts of streams, getting up around the 22,000 mark for the streams. And she's got two other songs, "The Bridge" and "I Want to Write You a Love Song." So they're her two songs that are on Spotify. What else have we got to talk about? So we've got it on Spotify, on PopRock Radio, on our channels there, and you can go to Spotify and have a bit of a listen there. Still no sign of Maya, so she must be having some really bad technical issues. So, apologies that she's not here. We will continue on anyway. Now, if you listen to the song "Hurt Me," that's track number 2 on Spotify, you may hear the beginning of the song is very similar to a song by The Calling, "Wherever You May Go." Now, I wanted to speak to Maya about that and find out if there was any if it was just a coincidence that they worked out that way, but they're very similar. So, and they're very similar sounding songs with similar themes. It is actually a good song that she's produced there, but unfortunately, we can't ask her the questions that we were going to ask her. Now, I do know that she is working on a new EP, and she is in the recording studio this week, on starting Friday, recording a new song on Friday. So Maya will be in the studio there. Now, there's not really much more I can really go through. I can well, she's not here. We can't really talk, can't answer the questions that we wanted to do. Normally we have our get to know session where we ask them 10 questions, but that unfortunately we can't do right now. But never mind. Well, I've got you guys here and you're listening in. Just going to make a quick change to that so I can see the chat. If anyone wants to put a chat, if you type a message, you can send me a message and I can respond to your messages on the screen. So don't be ashamed. Get on there and send us a message. Now, if you don't know much about PopRock Radio, let me just quickly talk to you about it. As we started up about 18 months ago, we started up with one little radio station streaming, and then we've got it now onto 2 radio stations that we stream. You can get the app from our website, poprockradio.com.au. There's an app there. You can listen to both of our radio stations on PopRock Radio. You've got PopRock Radio and PopRock Nation, which is nothing but Australian music. So if you just like Australian music, like Australian indie music, it's PopRock Nation. The app is PopRock Radio, but you can listen to PopRock Nation on there. We also have the website, which has been going for about the same amount of time, and there's lots of articles on there from Album of the Week, Artist of the Week, which we haven't done for a bit, but we should pull that back out. But the latest Album of the Week is Sirocco by Australian Crawl. you can go and check that out on the website, poprockradio.com.au. And you can actually buy the album on vinyl. There's a couple of vinyls still available. I think there's about 2 vinyls left. If anyone wants to go on onto our website, you can go. There's a link there to buy them from Amazon. Now, if you buy anything from Amazon, we get a bit of a commission from the purchase, so that helps us out a little bit. So get on there, and there's heaps of links for you to do heaps of buying. Now, I don't know if you can hear it, but the studio dogs are snoring in the background. They love being part of the interviews, and they love to snore as well. So if you can hear a snoring sound in the background, it's not the producer, it's not anyone else, it's the dogs. So unfortunately, it's really hot outside at the moment, so we can't leave them outside in the hot. So they come in to snore. They like being around people. That's Huey and Terrence. Now I've introduced the studio dogs. I want to talk to you about some other stuff on PopRock Radio while I've got you here. I'm just going to go onto the website now. I'm just going to pull it up. We had a special artist on. We did an interview with her yesterday. If I just give it a come on, it's a bit slow loading. Excuse me. Caitlin Page we had on the show yesterday. We recorded. You may have seen the interview on YouTube. Yep, the storing has stopped. Yep, no, we're still going. You may have seen the article that we've done on there about her first single, Don't Hit Me Up. Caitlin is from Adelaide. Just wait for it to load up. It's going to load up before. She's released a new song, Don't Hit Me Up, so you can go to the website and have a listen to that as well and get all the links and download Caitlin's a young lady from South Australia. And what we do on Pop Rock Radio, so what we like doing best is bringing you guys new artists, new indie music, bands from all around Australia. So don't forget, tomorrow night we've got another calling. We've got another show happening tomorrow with Colourmind. They're a band from Western Australia. They're a punk rock band, and it's going to be, I've been told, I've spoken to them yesterday, and it's going to be fun. We're going to have all the guys there. And yes, come and check us in tomorrow at the same time, 6 p.m. Western Australian time, which is 9 o'clock Eastern Daylight Savings Time, 8 o'clock Eastern Normal Time for Queensland. And I think it's only 2.5 hour difference. So it might be 8:30 South Australian and Northern Territory time, but you may need to check that. Now, just quickly in the background, you can see a little record player and a couple of albums there. Just to let you know that you can log on to Pop Rock Radio, and in the top on the menu, there's a bit of a shopping drop down there, and you can actually go buy those record players for about $100. It's not bad. And just giving you some information, in England, vinyl have outsold CDs for the first time in about 30 years or something. It's an amazing feat. So vinyl is making a comeback. Everyone's releasing music on vinyl. And so, yeah, get it out and get it on vinyl. Go buy your vinyls. You can also buy them on Pop Rock Radio. So lots of plug for the buyer, because every time you make a sale, it helps us out a bit. Anyway, man, if you're in Fremantle, I know in Fremantle, Western Australia, there's a couple of good record stores in Fremantle where you can go find some classic albums. In fact, I went a few weeks ago. We went looking and we found a 12-inch single by the Cockroaches. Now, if you don't know who the Cockroaches are, they were the Wiggles before they were the Wiggles. And so, yeah, we've got that. I love listening to that and cracking it out when I need to. Now, what else can we go through? We're going to have a quick look at what's happening on the website. We can have a bit of a chat, share you some information on there. If you want to know, we get Pop Rock Radio is also on Twitter. We tweet a bit every time we play a song. Every couple of hours we tweet what song we're playing. Also, you can get the app. Google and iTunes get the app. And you can also, on Google and Alexa devices, just... I'm not sure what it is on Alexa, but on Google, just say, talk to Pop Rock Radio, and away she'll go. Anyway, our gig guide, I want to talk to you about our gig guide. We have a gig guide on poprockradio.com.au. RJ, he helps us out and updates the gig guide. There's a fair whack happening on the gig guide. I'll just load that up and we'll have a look at that. But also, we had a new article on Pop Rock Radio. If you remember, back in the 90s, there was a band called The Slow Club. They had a couple of hits, Rosalie and Shout Me Down. Whatever happened to them? They were there 1 minute, pumping out some songs, and then they disappeared. And so we've got an article goes into what happened to the Slow Club. Is actually a bit surprising. When I was doing the research, I couldn't find much on the band itself. As this lead singer was Andrew Sefton. I couldn't find much on Andrew at all. But then digging a little bit deeper, found out what happened, and it's all explained in the article there. We got a few other bits and pieces happening. We got some interviews from earlier on, few weeks ago, and there's more articles such as Brian Adams' top 10 songs, if you like Brian Adams. Anyway, and my favourite, Carly Rae Jepsen. There's an article on Carly Rae Jepsen there, but there's heaps of stuff on the website. Now, we still don't have any sign of mail, so unfortunately, we're not going to be able to speak to her. I was looking forward to having a bit of a chat, because one thing I like to speak about when we do our interviews, and you can see them when you go on YouTube and have a look at them, we've got a few. We've got over 40 interviews on there at the moment, and we're getting more and more each week. When you go on there, one of the questions that we like to ask the artist is, what inspired the song? How did they come up with the song? What rituals they have before sitting down and writing a song? So if you're a upcoming songwriter and you want to know how the guys are writing songs and what they do to come up to get the lyrics or get the melodies and the harmonies and whatever it is they put together to make a song, we normally sit down and we ask them a few questions, and the artists get to go through that and they talk about bits and pieces. So again, they were questions we're going to ask Maya, but not here. Now, if you really like your music, you like dance music, we've got an interview that we had with Sarah Grace, the master conductor for symphony. Now, if you don't know what symphony is, it's EDM, which is electronic dance music, remastered and played with a full symphony, DJs and singers. This year we've got Nat Bassingthwaighte, Alan Killen from the Pop Bellies, and a host of other artists going to be going singing along with Sarah Grace. There's a great article on there which we talk all about symphony and what it's like to be a master conductor and how do you become a master conductor and what is a master conductor. I was surprised I thought there was just like a conductor and you just get up there and you wave your sticks around and that was it. But no, there's a lot more to it than that. What else we got? We recently sat down with Angie Hart from Frente as well. So there's a good little interview on YouTube that we spoke with Angie Hart. Frente, their album, I'm going to get this right because I always get it wrong. I always call it Alvin the album, but it's not. It's Marvin the album. Marvin the album turned 30 years in 2022, 30 years old. It had such songs as Accidentally Kelly Street and Ordinary Angels. Great songs. If you know the 90s music, you would probably love them. You'd probably know who they are, and that's a great little interview there. We also recently spoke to a West Australian guy. Now, there's some songs that I like and that I'm really thumping out on PopRock Radio. This guy is called Eli Green Eyes. He has a song called Flowers. It's a really catchy tune. Get onto Spotify, add Flowers by Eli Green Eyes to your playlist. It is a very catchy pop song. It is one of them songs that gets stuck in your mind and you just can't help singing along and dancing along in the shower. Trust me, I dance along and sing along in the shower all the time. Not only that, we've got some fabulous artists in Victoria. We have Royal Drew. We spoke to Royal Drew recently. She's just released another song. I believe it's called Play It. Play It. Off the top of my head, I can have a look. Give me 2 seconds. I can pull it up. And it's another great pop song. She's got a couple of pop songs out now recently. It's called Hit Play. Royal Drew, Hit Play. It is, it's a great song. I was listening to it again this morning on PopRock Radio, and it was a great little track. So some new songs we've got on PopRock Radio. We've got Don't Hit Me Up, Caitlin Page. We've got Edging from Blink 182, Hit Play from Royal Drew, and another band that we're going to be speaking to, we'll hopefully get on very soon, is a band called Beyonce's Fiancés. I do believe there's some really interesting stuff about that band. If we can get them on and have a talk to them, it'd be nice and surprising, something different. They've got a song out called Desperate Heart. Now, you can hear that on PopRock Radio, or if you want to stream it on one of the other streaming services, I suggest you listen to PopRock Radio because it comes on as regular as we can get it. So there you go. That's basically all the new music that we've got. We've got some. We've just updated some old 80s and 90s tracks on there, so there'll be all of these adding music as we go. Now, what else can we talk about today? I'm speaking about Don't Hit Me Up, PopRock Radio, the website, Twitter, Facebook, we're everywhere. If you like what we're doing, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook. We've got a lot of people on Facebook, and if we can match that on YouTube, we'd be very, very happy. Let me go. We're going to talk about a gig guide. So we'll talk about our gig guide, and then we'll start winding things up. Don't want to keep much of your evening going. So what we've got on there, we've got To Barbara with Love, State Theatre Company in New South Wales. If you like nylon, this weekend, actually, the guys that we're speaking to, Colourmine tomorrow. We're speaking to them tomorrow. Colourmine, we're speaking to them tomorrow. They've got a gig on at the Sewing Room in Perth on Saturday. So if you could head down there, that would be great. Support another local WA band. Willie J and the Bad Books, 28th of the 1st, the Blues Train in Symonds Street, Queenscliff, Victoria. Get down there, Willie J and the Bad Books. Support another local band, another Victorian band. The music of John Mayer happening in City Beach on the 20th of this month. But head over to the gig guide. We've got Blink 182, and we've got all the links so you can go buy your tickets. Now, if you want to know anyone who wants to sponsor the gig guide, let us know, because we're looking for a sponsor for our gig guide. It's a pretty in-depth little gig guide we've got going, and we're adding more and more gigs as we go. So that's the gig guide at poprockradio.com.au. Now, guys, it's coming to that time of the end of the night. Unfortunately, Maya didn't make it, but tomorrow night, guaranteed, we've got the guys from Colourmine coming on, because I've already spoken to them. We've lined it up, and really excited to be speaking to them tomorrow. It's going to be a fun night. So I might even have to go to the local Dan Murphy's or BWS and get myself a bottle of wine or something to have as we talk about rock music and the rest of it. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for joining us tonight. Sorry about the letdown. Come back tomorrow and we'll tune in. Now, we're not going to be streaming every night. It's going to get a bit monotonous for people tuning in, so we're going to make this a regular once a week thing. We have a band, and then we'll get them in and we'll talk to them. So if you have any ideas of bands you want us to speak to, and you want us to get them on the station and on our YouTube podcast, flick us a message. You can always email us at media@poprockradio.com.au if you're in a band and you want to have your music played. Easiest way to do it is email us at media@poprockradio.com.au. So there you go. There you have it. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. Sorry to cut it short, but unfortunately, sometimes that's the way it goes. So thank you very much. Peace out. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Hold on a sec. Before we go, we've got to do this.